I just appreciate you guys coming out today, and what an exciting day for ASU and the Ram football program. We get to announce 26 signings this year. For us as the coaches, it's a great feeling because this time last year I think we were only up to 16, and our coaches were back on the road. But this year we're at 26 or 27, excuse me, and we're done for recruiting, so that's great. Our guys will get to have a couple days off, but we got to get back on things and get ready for spring ball coming up at the end of the month. But we're excited about our class. We had a lot of needs, big emphasis on O-line and D-line, and we met those with some great kids and some guys that we feel they're going to be great players in the years to come. And then we also did a great job on our skill positions. We got some guys that are big-time players, come from big-time programs, and we're expecting some big things from those guys. But we're just excited to have these guys a part of our family, and we look forward to seeing them to develop and to contribute to building this program into one of the top programs in the Lone Star Conference and in the country.
Coach, I guess after last season, you said one of your main keys was to add depth to this team. I guess obviously having that many signees helps that. Can you talk about the depth and how you expect these freshmen coming in to progress on the line?
Right, that's something that we've always talked about. We need more depth. We thought that we had some great guys that played for us last year, but we didn't have the quality of depth that we needed to be successful. And this class and last year's recruiting class is going to add to that. So we're expecting big things from these guys. And we'll have some guys that will come in and compete as freshmen, and they might have an opportunity to play. But the main thing for the next 4 to 5 years, we feel really good about where we're at. We have some great players, and it's going to just add to the competition level to make us better.
And talk about the local and area flavor. You got so many players from West Texas. That you signed today.
Right. That was one of the emphasis I stated when I came in, took this job, that we wanted to recruit more West Texas kids, and we're slowly doing that. We're getting better at it. We have a couple kids here in town that are going to come over and play for us that we're excited about, and then just the smaller communities around. And, I think that adds to the support, get more people involved in the community. But I think a lot goes out for these kids from West Texas. All these kids that were recruited are multiple sport athletes, and so when they have the opportunity to really concentrate on football, big things are going to come. But we're excited about the kids that we signed around in West Texas and look for big things from them.
Coach, it looks like also from this sheet you guys recruited the Dallas-Fort Worth area pretty hard. Obviously it's a known hot spot there for recruiting for college. Are you happy that you can go into some of the areas that players actually go to D1 and grab some high talent out there to get to your college as well?
Yeah, we that's one of the emphasis. We know that the majority of the population is out east, and so we have a lot of our coaches recruiting that area. But it says a lot for our coaches that can take kids from further distances away, the Metroplex, Houston. We even got one East Texas. Out that way for kids to travel that far to pass up some other universities in our conference. That says a lot about just the job that our assistant coaches do, and then it says a lot about this campus and what we got going on here at Angelo State. To have those kids that come out here and really enjoy it says a lot about what we got here. So we're excited. Those areas are major emphasis. Obviously, there's a lot more kids out that way, but we're just excited about the possibilities that they bring to us.
And Coach, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, now that you have like a full off season for your whole staff and everything, and the chance to really from step one, is there some kids out there that were recruited by other Lone Star Conference schools that chose to come to ASU instead? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the majority of the kids that we signed are all being recruited by the Lone Star schools, and we feel really good about it. We had some kids that decided to come to ASU before they were going to those schools, and so we're really excited about that. And I think we always tell those recruits when they're here, our biggest selling point is our kids and our players that we have here, and you can see the excitement they have, and I think that helped in the recruiting process and why we won some of those kids that come here instead of other Lone Star schools.
What needs do you feel like you addressed? You feel the best. You're alluding to the linemen on both sides. Is that kind of?
Yeah, that was our biggest needs, and then punter, and we feel really good about Joseph Pickett, and he's going to do a great job for us. He's a left-footed kicker. He does it all, but he's going to concentrate on punting this first year, and we feel really great about what he brings to this table. He also might be able to do some stuff kicking off. He's got a strong leg. He's playing soccer right now, so he's a little light, and so we're excited about once he starts to get the lift and get a little bit bigger that, just that explosiveness will be added to from a kicking standpoint. But those two spots are our main concerns. I feel really good about everything else, but those were, something that we didn't recruit as many kids last year, the O-line and D-line, but this year we did a great job.
The coaching heritage that comes from here, if you look down at the bios, there's a lot of players that come from programs that are coached by players that used to play at Angelo State. Just talk a little bit about that connection.
Well, we think that, we're very privileged and lucky to have so many alums that are out in the coaching profession, and they've done a great job helping us identify kids, not only from their school but in their districts. And so, when you're working with the smaller staff, all the connections that you have will help. And so we got a lot of guys that are excited about their kids coming to play for us. There's been some programs that we have alumni that none of their kids have come here to play, and now we got a couple of their kids here, and so they're excited about that, and being able to support us that way has been a tremendous help.
Coach, I guess building on that, I can only speak here locally, but I imagine you going on visits as well. A lot of the players seem like they want to come to Angelo State because they know the coaching staff as well as the players here are hungry to turn the program around. Do you feel like that's a huge selling point for you, and speaks volumes for your coaching staff that they talk highly about you and know that y'all are putting in the time and the effort to make this program what it used to be?
Yeah, our players here right now are really, taking hold of what we're doing, really believe in that, and you can see the excitement in them. They're really ready for spring ball. They're ready for the fall season to get here, and that's contagious. And when we have recruits on campus and they get to hang out with our kids and they see that, they get excited about what's going on here at ASU. And so I think that's been one of the biggest selling points to all the recruits is, the things that we got set in place and where this program's going.
You mentioned like the line was the focus point. When you get a recruit, do you focus on we need to have 20 kids, 30 kids? Is that just kind of happen to build up? I mean, is there a certain goal you try to get as far as number of kids you sign?
There's always a certain goal, and we exceeded that on the O-line and D-line this season, and we just made a commitment from the program that we weren't going to stop there. Our goal was to sign 4 defensive linemen. We signed more than that, and you can never pass up the opportunity to get great O-line and D-line, and so we really took advantage of that and kind of shifted some things around to help make up for that. But D-linemen, corners, O-linemen, those are premier positions and the hardest ones to recruit to, and so we just felt like we had the opportunity and we had to take it.
Is there any kids on here that are like Mackenzie Hurt that were a quarterback in high school that might play different positions here at ASU?
Tyler Hastings from Arion County played quarterback and played linebacker. We see him playing probably tight end right now. The receiver from Melissa, Michael Ellis, he got a lot of accolades on the defensive side of the ball. He's going to concentrate on receiver right now, but I think Tyler would be the only one. Oh, and then also Tyler Horton from Goldthwaite played a lot of quarterback. That was his primary position, but we see him as an outside linebacker, safety type kid for us.
With the new type of offenses that really spread the field out, does that obviously factor into the type of kids you recruit that can maybe play nickelback but also stay in and play linebacker in certain down situations?
Oh, definitely. But, the main thing that we look for in anything is the type of athlete they are. We don't really go into, this, we're going to be facing this type of offense. We look for the best athlete. And, what fits our scheme, and that, like outside linebacker, strong safety type of body, that's what we're looking for. And so we really don't get caught up in what we're going to be facing, but more what fits our needs.
And Coach, you got a lot of guys in there, speaking of linemen, that have, already have really good size to start out with, so how do you feel about that? The size is always good.
I'm really excited. Anytime you got an offensive lineman you bring in, and you got Coach Slater and Coach Gaskamp have to look up to, that's a good thing. And so we got a lot more size there, very athletic, which we're excited about. We got a couple kids on the offensive line that are big-time basketball players, and so that says a lot about their athletic ability and the type of feet that they have. And so, once we can get them here and get them in our weight program and get them to concentrate on football, they're just going to get that much better. And so we're excited about that. And they're a premier position. They got to keep that quarterback healthy, and we feel good about the guys that we signed.
Talk a little bit about recruiting process and appreciation of the assistant coaches going out 24 different towns that these high school kids are coming from. They spread out all over the place.
Yeah, we're here at Angelo State, we're a little strapped. We only have 4 full-time coaches and then 4 grad assistants, and so. But the great thing for our grad assistants, they're on the road too, and getting the experience of recruiting. But these guys have done a great job, going all over the state looking for kids. We've all the way up to Lubbock, past Lubbock, out to Van Horn, just different places all over the state looking for the best athletes that we feel like fit in here at ASU, and those guys have did a great job, and otherwise are excited to have them back. And so, but like I said, we don't have long to relax and take off. We got to get ready for spring ball.
Do you talk about your junior college signings? Do you do that later at a later date?
No, we can talk about them.
How many did you send? I didn't see them on here. Any junior college, or any, I should say junior college, just any college transfers at all? Or?
We had 6 mid-year transfer kids. 3 O-linemen. 2 were from Cisco, 1 from Kilgore. We had a tight end from California, Merced Junior College. We had a running back, as you know, from OU, and then we had a linebacker from Southeast Louisiana come in. So those are the ones.
I guess recruiting junior colleges and having them come in, do you expect them to contribute right away? Or, obviously still have to earn a spot on the team, but do you expect them to contribute earlier, more so than freshmen, obviously?
Oh, definitely. Those guys are way ahead of our freshmen right now, and that's the reason we bring them in. We bring them in to compete and add to that depth right away. And those guys, they know that, and that's why they're brought in here. And those guys have fit in well, and they're doing a great job in our off-season program right now. And we're excited to see what they can do come spring ball.